Hey guys, it's Eric here with Hank Barton from Forest Dental, and he's going to explain the drastic shift from chair-mounted delivery units to rear-mounted side delivery units and the benefits.
I think it's best explained like this. To start with, it's a bit of a historical perspective on where chair-mounted units came from or why they were created. And basically, they were created because handpiece tubing back in the day would get stiff from lubrication coming down the exhaust port, and there was no such thing as a swivel. So the whole idea of a chair-mounted unit, be it a chair-mount whip arm or chair-mount side delivery, was to take the torque off the back of the handpiece because you're doing all this delicate work in here. And if you had a handpiece tubing coming from the rear, you would be fighting the tugging on the back of the handpiece. So maybe it's the key reason why there's this movement away from chair-mounted units. Even though you used one all through college and you've used one maybe for the last 20 years, coming into your treatment room and pushing that chair-mounted unit back and forth as you enter or exit the patient, learning to live with this, to some people, scary stuff that's mounted on the chair, having to put plumbing down there and plumbing up here for both the assistant side and the chair-mounted unit doesn't make sense today when you consider the basic design necessity that chair-mounted units were trying to handle no longer exists because swivels swivel, tubings don't react to lubrication, and so what you're seeing now is you're seeing the handpiece right over here at a place that's fixed in space, just like the radio knob in your car and the air conditioning. Can you imagine? I mean, it wouldn't be a life-changing event if you had to get in your car and look for the air conditioning or the heater or the seat adjustment every single time like you do on a chair-mounted unit. When you bring it up, it's 9 o'clock, you have to look around for it. I mean, it's not the end of the world, but you're doing dentistry. Wouldn't it be nice if you never had to interrupt the dentistry to go like this, that you could go like this and your chair side could take the handpiece away from you, or you could go like this without taking your eye out of the oral cavity and put it back? This is your radio knob in your car. It's always at a point fixed in space. It's called spatial recognition. So when you have something that's fixed in space, like the instruments in your car, you don't have to look. And whether you're at 12 o'clock or whether you're at 9 o'clock, it's really, if Molly was here, our chair side, she'd say, and it's a wonderful thing that half the stuff that I give you, you put down over here and I want back, I can't get it because it's over here. So putting a work surface over the gal's, the chair side's lap, having everything accessible by both of you, 90% of what you use in a treatment room can be put on this 7020 Pro that can be mounted on a wall, so you save the money at the expense of a cabinet. You put an upper up here. You're bringing everything that is not on here in a tub or a cassette. You're lowering your inventory control. You're not putting stuff away in drawers that you don't need to have in the treatment room to start with. It's not already on here. There's enough space under the lid of the 7020 Pro that anything you need for ancillary can be put in here. You know, you have a secondary work surface down here, you have a touchpad here, as well as one over here if you want. But being able to not put plumbing in both locations, one mount instead of two mounts, the fact that 90% of what you use can be placed in here. So there you go. That's why I'm a fan of what I'm seeing happen, a slow but sure movement away from chair-mounted units into rear mount side delivery right here next to the patient's head.